Hey y'all, happy Wednesday! So first off, I want to say thank you all for watching all my videos. It really means a lot to me and it makes me feel like what I'm doing is important, at least to some people, so that feels good. What I want to know from you guys is, are you following me because you are also a reseller? Or do you just enjoy thrifting, reselling content? You know, I've only been a full-time reseller for a little bit over a year, but before that, I absolutely loved watching shows like Storage Wars, American Pickers, really anything where they're reselling something. And so me falling into this as a career path was only natural. And we did sell some things overnight, so while we talk about this, let's pull our orders. The first item that's going out is a Virginia Tech scarf, and I don't think it's silk, but it doesn't have the maker's tag on it to tell you what it's made of, but it's pretty either way. Nice little item to wear to support your team or go to a game. I paid $1 at an estate sale. It sold for $11.95. And you know, watching picker content is what actually made me decide to do this and then to do this full time. One day I just kind of fell into a rabbit hole of watching videos on YouTube about people who were actually finding things that I liked, like Pez and Lego. And I just kind of started watching those people, even though the other things they were finding weren't interesting to me. The whole concept of what they were doing was interesting. And so I just kept spinning down that rabbit hole. Now we have a Letterman jacket patch going out, obviously the letter W in this like wine maroon color with a megaphone, so I'm guessing it was a cheerleader's. Paid 50 cents, it sold for $13. I picked that up at a yard sale on a highway sale. And speaking of yard sales, we got this High Point Bank and Trust Company money bag. This one's not necessarily like a leathery type material, it's almost more like plastic, but it's still very cool. Paid $1, it sold for $8.46. So yeah, I fell down that rabbit hole of watching different content creators who do what we do what I do. They go to yard sales, estate sales, things like that, buy things and then flip them. And I'm like, I can do that. I see stuff all the time when I'm out hunting for things that I collect, like Lego and Pez. Why don't I pick up the other stuff that I know is super cheap and I can flip? So I did. And speaking of flipping, we got these two paperback books, both from the Lord of the Rings series at the bins, paid $0.25 a piece. They sold for $11.95. So I just kind of jumped in head first, started going to yard sales, and I wasn't necessarily looking for Pez and Lego anymore. I was looking for anything that I knew something about and knew it was a good deal. And I just started a few items at a time. And then a few more and a few more. And it was super fun. And I was good at it, or at least I thought I was. I was making money and enjoying doing it. I guess that makes it good. We sold this Masters golf hat, which anything Masters branded is great to pick up if you can get it cheap enough, because there's always a collector market for it. I paid $0.25 for it at the bins. It sold for $12.71. So I did the watching reseller content, hitting yard sales, doing the little side hustle thing for a little over a year before I finally said, I'm making more money on eBay than I am at my real job. And every day that I would have to go clock in at work, I was losing money because I wasn't working on my eBay store. Isn't that crazy? Now we have a little handmade leather pouch, and I'm guessing it is for holding matchsticks because it does have a match in it. But I'm sure you could use it for a multitude of different things. Really cool little vintage piece. Paid 50 cents at an estate sale. It sold for $9.95. So that's when I turned in my notice at work. I gave a full month's warning and finished my duties there to get them all set up before I left. And then I started selling full time. We sold this Yankee Candle jar cover, paid $0.25 for it at the bins. It sold for $7.95. And also from the bins, we have some game pieces going out. They are Monopoly tokens. Not these are SpongeBob. And there they are, hiding in the back. These are from the Disney theme park edition of Monopoly. And I picked these up at the bins if the game has already kind of been spilled everywhere. I'll grab all the tokens and sell them off as replacement pieces. They also make great trinkets on a trinket shelf. So I paid about $0.25 by weight. They sold for $9.95. And the fun thing is that even though I'm doing this now full time, I still enjoy reseller content. I love watching people thrifting. I love watching them go to yard sales and estate sales. I like the what sold videos. I like storage locker videos. I like it all. I really enjoy it. So why do you watch this content? Did it just show up in your algorithm? We sold this set of nesting mirrors, kind of like a black lacquerware, and they're made by Smithsonian. which is kind of interesting, and made in Japan. We paid $1 at a highway sale. They sold for $29.95. That was a good find and a good flip. Now we have another set of tiles going out. I've had these for so long and I hadn't sold any for quite some time, and now all of a sudden I've sold 2 in a week. This is the peach one, and there are 2 tiles in each pack. I got a whole box of these for $10 at an estate sale that was kind of like a yard sale, and they sold for $9.95. And we have one more last sale going out. It's actually 2 items to the same buyer, and they purchased them last night, but they were waiting for me to send them an invoice, I guess, so I did that, and they paid this morning, which is good because this is the last thing I am packing before I go out of town. If you didn't know, I'm heading out of town for a little less than a week, so we've got our store in vacation mode already. This is 2 VHS tapes. First is The Blob with Steve McQueen, and it is still all sealed up. And then this one obviously is loose. This is the Blair Witch Project, a classic from my childhood. I paid 50 cents for these by weight at the bins. They sold for $22.90. So all of these items, I have $6 even into them, and they sold for $148.72, which is a really great sales total for the day. Getting them all packed up and out the door before we head out of town. But let me know in the comments below, are you a reseller or do you just enjoy watching this kind of content? And we'll see you guys soon with another video of what sold.